So here's the new fuel filter, and this is the old one. It is number 30315, and it should replace the 00517. And the holder, you just pry it off like this. And I'm replacing the fuel filter on a Yamaha 600. It's a phaser, and for that I need to have this holder from the old fuel filter. So it sits pretty tight, but you get it off like this. And then these two filters should be identical. And sure, they do look identical. You can see the one that's dirty and the one that's clean. And the size and the inner dimension seems to be the same. So we're just going to take this one now and pry it on here like this, and that sits firmly. So now it should go on with this end facing backwards into that one. But before that we need to put on the hose that is connecting to the tank, which is located on this side, and I have a new one for that. And here is the old hose, which is being replaced by, we have in here 5D2431100. So, and this is a new one. It's a gray hose, and you can see how it is pre-molded into the shape so that it can fit in under this holder here and reach back to the fuel tank, the fuel tap inlet from the tank. So this one, as you can see, it's identical, but as I removed the old one, it broke here, so I had to replace it. It's kind of fragile and stiff. It becomes very stiff with time, so after a certain number of years you better replace this one if you're already working on replacing the fuel filter. So this one is being removed, and now this one is going to be used, and we have a new one for that as well. And it's this one, and it should fit onto here. And then this one goes in here. And now this should be snug and leak free. All we need to do is to open up here so that we can get this one under this center bar here holding the fuel pump. So we need to connect it onto here, so the fuel is going to come, well, be dragged from the tank over here, through here, under this one, around into the fuel filter, and the fuel pump is taking the fuel via this one through the fuel filter over here and down to the carburetors. So you can see this little holder down there. That's where the hose is going to go before it exits over here. so it's a little bit tricky fitting this, but it should go under like this, and then over here on this side and out here. And now you can see how that clasp there is fitting. Here comes the hose, goes that way over there, and we're running it in under here. And now this one needs to go down and being pushed in place there. And this is why you need this pre-molded hose, because it fits exactly in place there. And that's when it goes on there, like that. Now all we need to do is to get this one onto the holder like this. So this is the downside and that's the upside. It should be sitting up like this. So I need to rotate it around before I can pry it on this holder here. So now you can see how it slides on there, and it's the flat surface against the flat surface. And there we go, all the way. All we need to do is to position the clamp the same way as it was before, and then release it. And that's it. So these bolts can go back. These two tubings run into the tank. Here is to the fuel tap from the tank. Here is the fuel pump. Here's the fuel filter. And this hose down here runs the fuel down to the carburetors down there. Well, that's all for changing the fuel filter on a Yamaha 600 FZS 600 Phaser from 1998. Cheers, guys.